Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let Me Just Say This. And this is actually going to be our final episode of season 2. Thank you guys for riding with me. I know the latter part of 2023 was a little bit of a ride, baby, because I wasn't as consistent as I was in the summertime. But my life was going through a lot of changes, and it still is. But I'm trying to get back on my Zoom. I keep promising you guys, I know, but it's a new year. And honey, it is a new me a little bit, okay? This is the new body, okay? I'm a new girl, okay? Listen, anybody who I don't fuck with or anybody who thought they knew me last year, they don't know me no more, okay? I'm just kidding. Honestly, I'm recording this on January 1st, 2024. And girl, I'm gonna give some affirmations for 2024 in this episode. If you need it, keep on listening, okay? And if you're watching, also, hey, thanks for thugging it out with me. Welcome once again. New setup, and I think I'm going to keep it this way from here on out. But honestly, I'm just happy to be back on the mic with you guys. And I'm really excited for this year, honestly. Season 2 will probably start, honestly, right after this season. I probably won't even take a break because I've been taking more than enough breaks. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get right on into it. Listen, I am so happy that 2023 has came to an end. And I know it's only in our mind. Like, nothing has literally changed, but I love a fresh start. Like, don't you love a fresh start? Like, I can reinvent myself every year around this time, okay? And honestly, I feel like it's the best time to do it if you really want to get something off, if you really want to be like, okay, this is the deadline, this is when I'm going to start something. It's a good time to do it. And I don't care about all those people who be hating, like, ooh, y'all just do stuff for the new year and don't follow through. Girl, honestly and very respectfully, fuck you. Listen, we are trying our best every day. We're trying our best every day. So use this month and this year to do something a little bit different. Last year, I definitely stepped out of my comfort zone with the podcast. I started making visuals and I saw so much growth and so much support. And, that's not something that I had planned on doing at the start of the year, to be honest. I mean, I did, but not the way that I did it. I didn't expect it to go up the way that it did. And I'm thankful for all the time and work that I did put into the pod, even though, of course, there were times that I felt that I couldn't come and speak with you guys because, in all honesty, I didn't have nothing to say. I didn't have anything I feel like of value to contribute to any conversation going on. And honestly, my mental wasn't in the best place and my life wasn't level. I didn't feel level. And I'm getting back to level now, but at the time I didn't feel that way. And so I was like, I don't know what I'm going to get on the mic and say. And everything that I bring to you, I really wanted to mean something, So today I was like, Naya, just press record and get to it. And we're going to get into some affirmations, okay? Because last year I decided that I wanted to be intentional with everything. I decided that I was ready for love. I decided that, I was going to make moves so that I could curate the life that I wanted, right? And in a lot of ways, I was successful. And in those ways, the podcast with my job, with, just living my best life and finding love later, right? But still, those are things that I'm happy I did the way I did them, right? But if 2023 ain't teach me nothing else, okay? It taught me that none of this shit is up to me. Honestly, I have affirmations for what I want, right? But I can't say that this year I have any resolutions or anything like that, or things I'm gonna prophesy are going to happen, because at the end of the day, you got to trust the plan. And 2023 had its own plan. And I had my own plan. 2023's plan was up here. My plan was right here. And God's plan was right up here. Okay. And it was above me. Certain things that were going on and a lot of shit that happened in 2023. Honestly, I did not expect to happen. If some shit happened in your life that you did not expect to happen, okay? Girl, use that as your sign to know that as much as we want to have our hands touching everything, as much as we want to be in control of everything moving around us, and as much as we want to change and evolve on our own timing, it's actually not on our timing at all. And honestly, I had to be in a little bit more control, and letting go of that control is really what brought me peace towards the end of the year, because I said it once and I'll say it again. That latter part of 2023 was beatboxing on bitches. That shit was beating us up, baby. It was beating us up. It was tearing my ass up. And a lot of people had a great year. And like I said, don't get me wrong, I accomplished a lot of what I wanted to accomplish. And I got so much done. Like, me a year ago today, different girl, achieved so many things. I'm in a completely different space in life. And for those reasons, 2023 was an amazing year. And then towards the end, you know, things got a little rough. And I think a lot of people were feeling that way. And so coming into this year, talking to people, it's like, you know, I don't have any hopes. I'm just going to make it do what it do. Or I'm just going to, you know, go with the flow. And I'm just going to see, you know, what happens. Because I think at a certain point, people get tired of being like, yeah, this year I'm finna change something, or this year I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, and things go left. And honestly, some of the things that went left in my life, girl, I had a hand in it. I had a hand in it 100%, especially my love life. Now, to segue, honestly, I love talking about love and relationships. I'm going to get a little bit more into self-care in season 2. But as far as love life is concerned, I don't know who needs to hear this, but stop looking for a relationship, okay? Trust me, I know, because I was one of you. And guess what I got myself in every time? A situation I shouldn't have been in. I think it's honestly a cruel joke. Because a lot of times when you go looking for a relationship, you end up finding some mess. When you go looking for love, you end up latching on or getting into a whole situation that you really have no business being in. And it's going to teach you a lesson. And the lesson is, let this shit come to you. When you go looking for love, I promise it don't work. It never works. I don't care what nobody say. It never works. And so it wasn't necessarily that I was looking for love. It was just that I said, I'm ready. I'm ready. The reality is, when you think you're ready for something, odds are you're probably not ready. Like, if you have to convince yourself and say out loud, yeah, I'm ready for a relationship and I'm ready for love. Are you really ready? Like, are you really ready? And I had seen something that really, really resonated with me, because 2023 was a year that I was keying niggas' cars, trying to slap niggas in the club. Like, I was really out of my element. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that I was ready. I thought I was ready to be vulnerable and give my heart away again. Plot twist, wasn't ready. Wasn't ready, because I hadn't actually healed what was triggering me, because I was removing myself from anything that could possibly trigger me, right? I was distancing myself from deep emotions, from vulnerability and things like that while I was single, and intentionally being single, so that when I got into a space where I was like, okay, I'm going to be vulnerable again. Okay, I'm going to try to find love again. I opened all those things up, and I also opened up all my little wounds, all my little traumas that I had never actually dealt with. And then when the time came for those triggers to start triggering, baby, they triggered the fuck out of me. And I was like, actually, I thought I was ready because I hadn't had to face a lot of the shit that really held me back from love. And I think going through the stupid little situationships or the dating fails or whatever of 2023 really helped me mend some of those things. It really helped me become more introspective. Like, okay, I don't ever want to be in these type of situations again. I don't ever want to put myself in a situationship or anything like that. I want to be in a relationship that gives what I needed to give. I need the balance to be balancing. I need, you know, the understanding to be there. I need all these cards to fall the right way. And I play a major role in that. And so, you know, when I saw, and that's really what I saw a post that was like, a podcast, I wish I could find it, my God. And they were like, you know, are you healed, or did you just remove yourself from what could trigger you? And girl, when I say I remove myself, when I say I'm the queen of distancing myself from some shit, I'll do it. I'll do it. And so as far as love life is concerned in 2023, it was a whirlwind. It was 100%. And the fact that I'm in a relationship now doesn't necessarily mean that it's been like easier. It doesn't mean that it's been more, I'm not gonna say more peaceful, but I'm just saying I still have to recognize and deal with things about myself that could be a detriment to my relationship. And I also have to recognize and deal with things that I may not necessarily want to face in my relationship, conflicts that I don't want to have, conversations that are uncomfortable. But those are things that you have to do. And just because you get in a relationship does not mean that life is going to automatically be easier now. Actually, the work is about to be done. Now you're really about to be going to work, because it's really not hard to get into a relationship. The difficult part is keeping the relationship. The difficult part is working to grow and understand another person that really could be completely different from you, that really could have completely different, mindsets and ideologies from you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, of course, core things, it's probably not going to work out, but you and the person you're with aren't going to agree all the time. You and the person you're with aren't always going to be like lovey-dovey. It's not always going to be butterflies. I think majority of the time, it should be great times. The great times should make up the majority of the relationship. But, recognizing that, okay, if you want to be with someone and you want to make it work, you actually have to work. You actually have to put in work. And especially if you're two people who are working and doing things for yourself and, striving to have good lives. Sometimes it takes building each other into the schedule. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes, sacrificing here and there so that you can make your relationship sustainable. And I think these are the things that people don't show on social media. Like, we see people in relationships and they're in love and they want to be together forever. And I get it. That warm, fuzzy feeling is amazing, but it doesn't last forever. And once that shit goes away and you're left with what it is, what the reality of what you guys have, then comes a time to make work, to do the work, And that was a big lesson for me this year, because I had to check some things in myself, to get to this point. And I still am to this day. It doesn't ever stop. The other big thing that I had for 2023 was being intentional and not waiting and doing what makes you happy. And so I made a major decision and I left my career. I was in the military and I had a great career, right? But I wasn't necessarily happy. And while I'm still working in the field that I was working in when I was in the military, I feel like at least now I have a little bit more agency over my life and the choices I want to make. Because you know what? The fact is, I'm working, but if I hate this job, I can quit. If I want to move to another city, I can. If I want to, stop doing all that and just do the podcast or do social media full time, I could. And I like having the choice. And so leaving the Navy definitely was a hard thing for me. It was. That transition was crazy. I didn't expect it to be the way that it did. I did not expect the change to come so roughly. You know what I'm saying? And, the thing is, change. I always think that change is such a good thing. I always think that change is fun and exciting because you never know what path you're about to go down. It's an adventure, right? But this change in particular had me feeling so anxious. It had me feeling like, damn, I'm really my whole life is changing now. And I think at that point, I had to shift out of comfort for a little bit, out of the safety net that I'm so used to. And that was really difficult for me. But I will say this. They say that the first year out of the military is the hardest. I've been out for about 6 months now. And it was absolutely so hard. It was really hard. Not necessarily because I didn't have a plan, because I did have a plan. It was just because I had to find my way again. And mentally, that kind of took a little bit of a toll on me. And so I really had to let go. And I just decided, and I'm not even super religious, but I do believe in God. I decided I'm just going to let God handle it all. Because I talk about it all the time, like everything is above you. You know, the plan is going to plan with or without you. But the thing about it is, you know, we're not in control. We're not in control. And I was like, okay, well, everything that I wanted to happen is happening. It might not be happening on my own timing, but it's happening on the right timing. And I need to trust that. And so the moment I decided to do that, I felt so much clarity, bro. I felt so much more at peace. I was able to have peace of mind. I'm like, you know what? No matter what happens in this life, I know that there's a plan for me. I know that I'm doing what I have to do. And I know that eventually I'll be able to do all the things that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And my right now doesn't have to be my future. If you're like me and you are one of those girlies that be like, yo, this moment right now is the moment for life. Like, no, baby. The future is ever changing. And, you know, you would think by now I would be used to it because my life has changed every year. But sometimes it's like, damn, this is going to be it. This is it. It's not it. It's not it. 3 months from now is going to be different. 6 months from now is going to be different. And today, in a year, January 1st, 2025, it's going to be different. And I'm really excited to see what that entails. I'm really excited for this year. I'm really excited, actually. So the moment you've been waiting for, some affirmations for you for this year. Okay. And really for me, and this is what I've been thinking about. A big one for me in 2024 is I will not allow anyone to come into my life and cause me to disturb my own damn peace. It's one thing for somebody to come in and disturb your peace, right? You can get rid of them easily. But if they're causing you to disturb your own peace, baby, that's a whole nother level. And I felt like I had people in my life that were causing me to disturb my own peace by my own hands. You know what I'm saying? That's a very big thing for me this year, is that if I find myself in situations where I am disturbing my own peace because I'm in situations with people or around people that are bringing me to that level, I got to see my way up out of there. Fast. Okay? Second big affirmation for me is hunt the good stuff. I will hunt the good stuff every day that I can. And my boyfriend actually taught me what that phrase means. It's just being optimistic, looking for the silver lining, looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. I always believe that there is a light, and I know there is a light because I've seen it, child. Plenty of times I've been wandering through that tunnel like, God damn, it's dark up in this motherfucker, and then I see a little flicker in the distance. I say, yes, yeah. Every now and then you need to remind yourself, and I feel like life is not going to get any easier overnight. Things, like I said, are going to change all the time, but hunt the good stuff. Hunt the good stuff. Look for the silver lining. Be optimistic about what life could be. I'm speaking positivity into my future. I'm only speaking good things into my future. I'm not going to allow anxiety or stress or depression or anger or, you know, whatever bad situationship. None of that shit. I'm not going to allow it to project negativity into my future. I'm not going to wake up and think, oh, today's going to be a horrible day. No. Today's going to be an amazing day. It's going to be an amazing day. I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to have a great week. If you're watching, my son right now is attacking my braids. I'm trying my best. Being a mother is difficult. I'm going to have another episode on being a pet mom. It is so important to be hopeful for your future. Once you stop being hopeful for what is ahead of you, I feel like in a way you've given up on yourself. And I'm not saying every day has to be amazing, but I'm saying I'm going to look for whatever good that I can find. Because there's so much bullshit going on a day-to-day. I'm going to look for whatever good that I can find. And I'm going to be grateful for it. That's what I'm going to do this year. In terms of the people in my life, okay? I'm going to be more open to new connections. I'm going to be more friendly. And I'm not saying I'm not friendly because I'm kind, right? But I've always been kind of on meeting new people. I've never made any of my friends solely on the strength of me. Except for now. Now I am, actually. But before, it was always mutual friends and things like that, because I've always been I'm a social butterfly, but I'm like, I like to protect myself. So I don't always let people in. But this year, I really want to build a new tribe. Because if you didn't know, I think I spoke about it a little bit, about, a disbursement of my tribe a little bit. And this year, I'm like, I want to rebuild my social life, rebuild the people around me, have new connections, a diverser group of friends, and people that I can actually grow and learn and build with and things like that, You don't have to be inside by yourself all the time. I don't know who needs to hear that, but go outside, meet new people, make friendships, make bonds, make memories. And, you can go through life by yourself and probably be fine, but it's better to go through it with people who care about you. It's better to go through it and have experience with people who are with you there. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't always have to be a romantic partner. If you're a person who's really looking for that person, I get it. I just said, listen, I spent 2023 like, my man, where is my man? Hey, didn't find him until I really wasn't trying to find his ass no more, to be honest. And even then, I know my relationship can't be the end all be all of my social life. I need friends. I need girlfriends. I need guy friends. I don't care what anybody says about none of that opposite sex friend shit. I need people. We all need people. We all need connection. So for this year, I really want to nurture the relationships that I have and build upon those, and then also build new connections with new people. My last affirmation for this year is that I will keep my eye on my intention. Okay. I know when you're stressed or you're tired or you're just, in the day-to-day normalcy of life, you might forget what your drive is. You might forget what your goals are. You might have made that vision board and forgot all about it. Okay. That's okay. This year, I really want to keep my eye on my intention. I don't know all the way what I want. I know what I don't want, but I think this will be another year of me discovering myself, of course, and discovering what I want out of my life, what's going to make me happy, what I can do long term. And I have, goals right now as far as my career is concerned that require me to put in some elbow grease. You know what I'm saying? It might be some late nights and some early mornings, but keeping my eye on my intention and keeping my eye on, what are my dreams, what are my aspirations, and really, really tapping in and getting active with it. That's what I want to do this year. I'm trying to get active with all my goals, baby. I'm trying to sit in 2024 December and be like, yo, I got in the paint and I really did everything I said I was going to do. I'm further in my career. I'm further with my podcast. I'm further in my life. These are things I want to do this year. And, it'll take day-to-day intention. It'll take getting up even when I'm tired sometimes or when I don't feel motivated. It'll take sacrificing time. It'll take sacrificing, the leisurely things. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, okay, the harder I work now, the more I can relax later. And that's kind of the vibe I'm on this year. I want to work hard. I want to work hard and I want to get everything done so that later on, future Naya can really just be laid up, fine as hell, and doing what I love. I want to do what I love. And when I figure that out, I'll let you know. All right, y'all, my battery is about to die on this camera, so I'll just close it out here, and I will say to you that I hope you have an amazing year. I hope you keep your eye on your intention and you stay focused. I hope that you surround yourself with love and you love yourself and you give yourself grace and you set boundaries so that other people give you love and grace as well, okay? And I hope you hunt the good stuff. I hope you look for the silver lining, the light at the end of the tunnel, whenever you need it. I hope that you find your peace and your peace of mind. And when things get a little bit rough, because they always do, it's the ebb and flow of life, I hope that you dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and you put one foot in front of the other. And you keep going, because this year is going to pass with or without you. And by the end of it, I hope that you are able to say that you did something amazing, that you lived an amazing life, and that you're hopeful for your future. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning into this season. Season 3 will be coming very soon. And I thank you for rocking with me up until this point. If you don't follow, go ahead and follow on the Instagram, TikTok. We're still going up on there, girl. Everything will be in the bio or on the screen. And I will see you guys in the next one.